So in this video, I'll be doing a hair mist video. Cutting your hair makes your hair grow faster. Y'all know I'm a big advocate for trimming, cutting, doing what you got to do to take care of your hair, make sure it's healthy, make sure it's clean, and all of that. Yeah, I am. But cutting your hair does not make your hair grow faster. What cutting your hair does is it makes your hair healthier so that you can retain more length. So when I trim my hair, I'm trimming off ends that are starting to split, because your split ends start at the 3-month mark, or hair starts to really split at the 3-month mark. And so I just clip those little ends off so that my hair and my ends are fresh, so it could not split, because you do not want to have split ends, because split ends causes breakage. So no, cutting your hair doesn't actually make your hair grow, because your scalp cannot tell that you've cut it, because the hair and the ends are technically dead. But what trimming or cutting your hair does, it gets rid of any dead ends so that you can retain length. Because if you have dead ends, or ends that are like breaking or splitting or whatever, they're going to continue to split up the hair shaft and you will not retain any length. So you might have the illusion that, okay, if I cut my hair, it's growing faster now because I cut it. But in reality, it's just that you got rid of dead ends, because your dead ends, or when I say dead ends, I mean split ends. We would cut off your split ends, and the split ends were holding you back because you couldn't retain length that was growing out your scalp, because it kept splitting at the same rate that it was growing. A lot of people said to me that the reason why my hair had grown so fast since my big chop was because I had cut it short, and short hair grows faster than when your hair is longer. But that's not true. What it is that I had got rid of all my damage, got rid of all my split ends and heat damage and all of that, and my hair was 100% like virgin and healthy, and it allowed me to get optimum retention of length. And if I grow my hair back to mid-back length, and I maintain like the health of my hair by trimming consistently and taking care of it the way I have been, my hair will grow at the same exact rate, because my hair always grows the same rate every month. Okay. Number 2, cold water makes hair shinier or helps hair to lock in moisture. To me, that is a myth. The only time I put cold water in my hair is right before I'm about to straighten my hair, and I do that to just kind of close the cuticle so that the heat can't get, so it can like keep it uniform, so the heat can't get all up in it. And even that, I don't even know if that's even really helping me, but it just makes me feel better. But yeah, cold water does not make your hair shinier. What makes your hair shinier is your hair being moisturized. And I guess like when people think of cold water making your hair shinier, they think, okay, the cold water will like close the cuticle to lock in that moisture, so the moisture can make your hair look shinier. But that's not it. I don't even use cold water when I have my hair in natural hairstyles ever, because I have low porosity hair. And if you have low porosity hair like me, like most naturals do, I won't say all naturals, but a lot of naturals I know have low porosity hair, rinsing your hair and then putting cool water on it is kind of counterintuitive, because you still have to put the products on top of that. You still have to put your leave-in on, you still have to seal in your moisture with an oil. Like, you're not really if you close the cuticle, your hair can't receive that moisture because the cuticle is closed. So it's actually better to rinse your hair with warm to, not, I wouldn't say hot, but like really warm water, so that when you rinse it, your cuticles are open, so that when you do put your leave-in on, you do put your moisturizer on, you do put your oil on, it can receive that moisture and it'll close on its own. Like, and if you have low porosity hair, once your hair opens up to receive the moisture, that moisture is in there. All right. So yeah, I wouldn't say it makes your hair shinier. If your hair is moisturized, your hair is going to be shiny. I wouldn't say cool water locks in moisture, because honestly, a sealant, aka an oil, is what locks in moisture, not how hot or cold your water is. If anything, the heat or the warmth of the water actually allows your cuticles to open up to receive the moisture, versus it being closed and blocking off that moisture. So yeah. All right, number 3, split ends can be repaired. Y'all, I don't know how many times I watched some hair commercials and them like, oh, this serum seals, this serum repairs split ends, and this and the third. I even had someone say to me one time, oh, I don't want to get a trim, I'm gonna just put this split end serum on my ends to keep my hair from splitting further. No matter how many oils you put in your hair, no matter how many butters you put on your hair, no matter what you do to your hair, if your hair is split, That is it. You have to cut it off. That's the only way to get rid of split ends. That is the only way, is cutting. There is no remedy. There is no serum. There is no deep conditioning. Amount of deep conditioning you can do that's gonna stop split ends from 1, being there, and 2, continuing to split. You have to cut that mug off. Number 4. Silicones are bad for your hair. Now, I get this a lot actually because you guys may or may not know, I have a video where I take out my boyfriend's locks, and in the video I'm using a conditioner that has silicones in it, and people love to tell me that silicones are bad for your hair. I also use silicones on my hair when I use my detangler. When I'm doing my wash day, I wash my hair with a shampoo, and then I use Aussie Moist, which has silicones in it, and people, oh, silicones are so bad for your hair. My hair is thriving and I use silicones weekly, okay? So no, silicones are not bad for your hair. What silicones do, I think people think like, kind of like how they think of sulfates. Oh, sulfates are so bad for your hair because you have to think about what that thing does to your hair that makes it bad. Now, sulfates are bad for your hair because they strip your hair and make your hair brittle. Okay, that's understandable, right? Silicones, they do not do that. They actually build on your hair. So they build up on your hair, and a lot of like naturals are told to do the girly girl method, which is to not use shampoo, the no poo method, and they also say don't use silicones. And why is that? That goes together, and that is because if you do not properly wash off the silicones will build on your hair. But if you wash the silicones off, then they will not build on your hair. So for me, I use a shampoo every time I wash my hair. So my hair never gets buildup because I'm always using a shampoo on my hair. So the silicones, when I put the layer of silicones on my hair to help keep my hair easily silky so I can detangle well, that layer doesn't do anything except sit there for 1 week and then I wash it off. Now, you would think that, okay, if I'm putting that one layer on, because that's the first thing I put on right after a shampoo, you would think that, okay, that's now blocking my hair from receiving moisture. I'm here to tell you, my hair continues to stay moisturized for weeks and weeks and weeks. Like if I decided not to wash my hair for like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, I still have a lot of moisture. My hair is so moisturized all the time. So yeah, I think it's more so like if you put silicones in your hair and you continuously put silicones in your hair and you do not wash them out, then yes, that is going to cause damage to your hair because your hair is building up, and buildup is bad because it blocks out moisture from entering your hair. It makes your hair dry and brittle, and yeah, it will break off eventually. But because I wash my hair once a week, it's not that much of a layer on my hair. It's literally just a light layer to help me make detangling easy, and then I put my moisturizers and stuff on top of it, and I still got room for moisture. So I don't know, but I would say it is not bad for your hair because silicones are only bad if you do not wash them off. If you do not use shampoo, if you only co-wash, do not use a silicone. But if you use a shampoo every time you wash, then silicones are not bad for your hair. Okay, number 5, heat is the devil. Now, heat, I understand why people think that. It is the devil when you got heat damage. Heat damage is the devil. It is. I've had heat damage a lot, and I can tell you, it's the devil. It is the devil. But heat in general is not. So hair burns at 450 degrees or 451 degrees or whatever. And okay, I use heat every week. And when I say I use heat every week, I mean I sit under the hood dryer after when I'm deep conditioning to allow the heat will open up my cuticles, again, like I said, to allow the moisture from my deep conditioner to fully get in. My hair has been the healthiest it's ever been because I started deep conditioning with heat. And no, I do not have heat damage, and no, my hair is not brittle and falling out and breaking off. It's actually really healthy. I'm retaining a lot of length, a lot of moisture, and that is a good thing. So it's not the devil. Heat in general is not the devil. Even when I'm straightening my hair, like, I do use direct heat, and I'll use a blow dryer, and I will use a flat iron. But my blow dryer, I make sure there's no water in my hair when I begin to blow dry, so there's no boiling of the water in my hair. And then when I go to flat iron, my flat iron never goes above 400, so my hair is not ever reaching boiling point or whatever point that is heat damage potential. My hair doesn't reach it. So yeah, like even I would say even sometimes getting higher than 400 is bad because everybody's hair is different. Some people's hair is more sensitive than others, and some people's hair is finer, some people's hair is coarser. But not even just that, sometimes when you fly iron one pass and then you immediately do another pass, that heat on top of heat on top of heat on top of heat can cause heat damage itself because you're putting like layers of heat on top of each other, which can cause heat damage. But I usually don't put flat iron. I only flat iron my hair on like 380 really, and I will only do like 2 to 3 passes, and the most passes I do is at the root where I like tut tut tut, and then I move it down. I think the times that I do use 400, I will never go more than 2 passes ever. So, and I do leave space between how often I do it. And the kind of flat iron you have matters too, because if you have a tourmaline, is that what it's called? Tourmaline flat iron, which distributes heat better than like a different kind of flat iron, that's also better, because sometimes certain flat irons can cause heat damage because there might be more heat in one spot than another spot, and like you'll be wondering why one part of your hair is straight and then the other is frizzy, and you gotta go over it again and whatever. So that matters too. But no, heat is not the devil, because heat can be good for your hair, and sometimes heat can be bad for your hair depending on how you use it and how often you use it. Number 6, hair texture does not change. Hair texture for sure changes. I can tell you that. I know people, I've watched even YouTubers who have noticed whose hair has changed texture wise, and I know they never straighten, I know they never color, and their texture has changed. For example, I watch a lot of Brazilian YouTubers on here, and there's this girl named Stephanie Borges. She's at like 1 million subscribers, but I've been following her since she like before she even got to 100,000. And she had if you go back to her videos from back like 3 years ago, she had the most gorgeous like curls, big, like really big hair that came down at her butt. Like her hair was long and big, and I was just like, oh my god, I've never seen hair like this before, right? But if you look at her now, her hair is a lot wavier, a lot thinner looking. She hasn't done anything to change her hair. She doesn't straighten her hair. She doesn't color her hair. She literally doesn't do anything. She's always talking about how she wants more volume and all this and the third. Unless she's doing something secret behind closed doors, which I mean, she could be doing, but I don't think she is. Her hair texture changed, and that comes from age, comes from diet, comes from medicine, comes from a lot of different things. So yes, hair texture changes. Even my mom had really a lot of hair and a lot of thick hair when she was like my age, but now her hair is a lot thinner, looser, and yeah, it's not as thick as it used to be. I know a ton of people, like I have friends whose hair used to be one way when we were younger, and now it's another way. Now, even my hair, I mean, I would say I have had heat damage, but even like when I was younger, my hair was kind of different than it is now. Not even just that, sometimes your hair changes colors. Sometimes, like, you notice some people's hair might be lighter when they're younger or darker when they're older, or vice versa. So that happens. So yeah, hair texture, hair in general will change with age, what kind of medicines you use, diet, like hormones. Like I have a friend who had really tight 3C hair, and then she found out she was diabetic, and after she went through her whole treatment situation, her hair is loose, like really like in the twos now, like really loose curls, and that's from her health declining. So yes, hair texture can change. Don't think just because when you first started following somebody, her hair was thick and curly and tight, and then now maybe it's looser, that she got she has heat damage, or she got some type of perm or something. Like, that doesn't mean that. Even like if you think of your grandmother, if you look at pictures of your grandmother from when she was like 20, her hair is probably really coarse and thick, and now it's way thinner. That's just that's age. So yeah, hair texture definitely changes according to your body. Next one, protective styles helps your hair grow. Now, this one is kind of interesting to me because I understand how protective styling can help your hair to retain length, because you are leaving your hair alone. Your hands aren't in it. You aren't changing up your style every so often. You're just leaving it alone, really, pretty much, and letting it do its thing, right? But the downsides to protective styling, which does not help your hair to retain length, is sometimes if you go to somebody who's too heavy-handed and they pull really tight and they make really tight, like, braids or whatever, it pulls at your roots, which can cause strain on your follicles, which actually can cause your hair to fall out and for you to get alopecia, or your edges to pull back and to like